Our next guest is one of the all-time stand-up greats. He's got an excellent podcast and a very funny animated show on top of that. A new season of F is for Family premieres on Netflix Thursday. Please welcome Bill Burr. Hunky co-star.
Thank you, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
I believe that story. I thought it was real.
I'm seeing
like
you
I'm on my way. I'm going to be on the cover of People magazine. Sexiest bald orange men from the East Coast.
Her pals fear Sandra could be falling for comic Bill Burr. Why do you think her friends feared you?
No, that's the Inquirer. None of that is true.
None of that's
Everybody
true.
got a big laugh.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
I think it's nice to be included in that context and in any situation, really, right?
People just making up about you? No. No, I'm not into that. I like to be left alone, and if you're gonna talk about me, you know.
I feel like I would, if even the Inquirer people would go, no one's gonna believe this. If it was me, you know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about? Look at you. You got a suit on. You look kind of smart.
That's true, but
right?
you should see what happens
Got
when it
that
comes
beard,
off.
right? I believe you.
Thank you, Bill. It wasn't the last time, but I think, like, right at the beginning of the pandemic, I drove to your house to interview you, and I had a camera, I had my iPhone, really, in the car, and you were standing out front of your garage. And you were...
Still don't understand why you wouldn't get out of the car. He just pulled up like I don't know what I was, like you were afraid of me, and you were just yelling these questions at me outside. And I was thinking, like, there's no way this is gonna play. No way this is gonna look good on TV, but it did.
And somehow, magically, you pulled it off. But I gave you a roll of toilet paper at that time, and you wouldn't even touch it with your hands. You kicked it down the block.
Yeah, because they didn't know yet whether or not it could transfer that way.
And now, here you are, back on the road. You're in Las Vegas, probably the dirtiest place in the whole world this weekend.
The key with Vegas is you get up early. If you get up early, you can walk the strip in like 10 minutes because all the degenerates are like face down and whatever they did the night before, shaking it off, trying to jump from a balcony, and you can just cruise right down. Yeah, I was there with my wife. We did the gondolas.
You did?
At Venice. Yeah, we walked by the Eiffel Tower. It's like white trash Europe. You can just get it all out of the way. Like, hey, you want to go see the pyramid? Yeah, let's check it out. I don't need to go to Egypt. I mean, it's a pyramid. The ones in Egypt got a big light going up to the space shuttle? I don't think they do. We got whores in our pyramid. You just got a bunch of dead guys. I don't want to go over there for that.
Have you ever stayed in one of those rooms at the Luxor?
I never worked the Luxor, but I just...
The pyramid, it's in the room, you're like leaning backwards. Like, I mean, the rooms are slanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first apartment was like that.
Is that right?
Yeah, I lived on the top of an old house. They converted an attic. So when you would walk in, when you walked in, you had to walk right down the middle of the roof. And then it expanded to the bigger area, the living room area. Yeah, I lived there with my brother, and we had he had a little TV. And I remember sneaking because he wouldn't let me watch his TV. Said I was taking time off of the tube. So I remember I was watching the Pistons versus the Lakers in '88, and I heard his car pull in, and I shut it off. And he came upstairs, and he came walking in, and he put his hand on the back of the TV. You're watching my TV. We didn't have money, you know, so there was a lot of fights over nothing.
You're going on a tour at the beginning. Is it the beginning of next year? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I've been on the road the last 8 weeks, and just, you know, people out there are fine. People are nice. 85% of people are totally cool. It's just everybody on the extreme left and extreme right have completely, like, lost their minds. Everybody else is just kind of sitting there.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, they're just trying not to get in trouble. Like, when are mom and dad gonna stop yelling at each other about gender-neutral bathrooms that you can hang an AR-15 in, or whatever it is that they're slipping out about. I think everybody else would just, like, you know... Good Lord, what is that?
This is your action figure from The Mandalorian. Have you not seen this?
It's pretty damn cool. I kind of look a little Russian. I feel like my name...
You do
should have been Boris or something.
There is it's... Oh, you're almost doing duck lips, it looks like.
You know what? Sandra Bullock would have dated that guy.
Oh, yeah, no question about it.
I'm doing the thing that used to get your friends on MySpace. Way back in the day.
Are you a Star Wars guy?
I'm a sports guy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm more of a sports guy. So it's been interesting to go into that world because, you know, those fans are just as rabid as sports fans are, but their vibe is totally different. Where Star Wars fans are like, hey, wow, I really liked you in that episode. They're all, like, respectful and stuff. And then, like, I always know it's a sports fan because I'll just be walking down the street with my wife and I'll just hear, hey, Billy Bitch Tits! Hey, the Pats suck! And I'll be like, hey, thank you. Thanks for listening to the podcast. So, although the Star Wars people can get a little creepy, like they seem like they'd be in your bushes, possibly, where a sports fan would just be urinating on your bushes. I think they would be in it, trying to think, I don't know.
This is your...
He held the baby Yoda.
This is what, the 5th season of your...
I need to see what his living room looks like.
F is for Family is not for children, first of all. I think it's important to say that, even though it is animated.
Yes, no, it isn't. It's not for children.
In fact, I was watching the first episode, and you actually say the F word to a child on in the episode.
Yes.
And,
character loosely based on my dad. Although I've been known to do it, too. He's really a lot of Frank is me. Frank Murphy.
Is it you, or are you basing that on your dad, your friends' dads, or people that you know? Because he seems to be a very angry guy.
Yes,
right?
he is.
Yeah.
He's sort of an amalgam of everybody's dad in the room. When we first put the show together, the show takes place in the 70s, and so we would ask people to just, you know, potential writers to tell stories about their childhood. And if they would just like, yeah, I'd walk down the hall and my brother would punch me in the shoulder for no reason and then throw me down the stairs and be like, all right, send us a script. We'll see what that looks like. But then if they were just like, no, it was great. My mom always cooked and things were fantastic. We were like, all right, nice talking to you.
So you look for strife is what you're looking for.
Well, I wanted to recreate the 70s that I remembered, which I kind of hate how the 70s are sort of viewed. Like it's all,
what do you mean?
It all became like Saturday Night Fever, lava lamps, and a pacer. And they made it seem like people that grew up in the 70s, when the Pacer came out, like we thought that was a good-looking car. I remember the day it came out, me and my mother laughing, going, what in God's name is that? It's the ugliest car I've ever seen. Where I remember the 70s was more like the Serpico 70s, where there was a lot of Rust Belt stuff, a lot of, you know, rundown cars, a lot of people in the 70s still driving cars from the 60s. So it was really important with the look of the show to have it look like that, and not be, you know, big collars and lava lamps and people going, groovy, man.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the late...
That's not what it was.
Right, yeah. I think of, like, I don't know why, but I think of macrame and Holly Hobby when I think of the 70s. You know what that is?
I remember Holly Hobby. That was a girl's toy, right?
Yeah, it's a girl's toy. What, you didn't play with one?
No, I grew up with all brothers, so I didn't know what any of that stuff was. I was trying to remember what it was.
No. My sister had a Holly Hobby. Yeah. Holly Hobby doll.
Sure she
it was
had
like this weird faded
My
flat.
sister had it. That was my sister's, and I only had it because I was hiding it from her. That's all. I mean, I wasn't really doing anything.
Do you remember Free to Be You and Me, that album from the 70s? I should be working. It's a shame the show is over because I could have given you all sorts of stuff. That's a Marlo Thomas album about being accepting.
You've known me throughout the show. You could have called me.
I just assumed you would have been like, I don't know the Free to Be You and Me album and hang up on me, even though no one does that anymore.
I come off like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. I would have been thrilled that you called.
All right, when I have musings, I will call you from now on.
I send you stuff.
Yeah, please send me stuff. Yeah, you did send me something crazy. Yes, you sent me something totally inappropriate for television.
No,
but
it was top 10. You revived the Dave Letterman thing. Top 10 things Rittenhouse's mother's going to drive him to next. But I don't think it happened. I think that's just fun. I think she only drove him to the police station afterwards. So no disrespect to his mother, but it just struck me as a funny thing.
No, you wouldn't want to
topical joke.
Disrespect that woman. She seems lovely. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to see you. You're very funny. The show's called F is for Family. This is the 5th and final season of the show. 5th and final season, November 25th. Watch it this weekend. That's really Thanksgiving night.
Yes.
Yes, a wonderful way to wrap up the meal. Bill Burr, everybody. We'll be right back with Lizzie McAlpine. Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. I hope you enjoyed that video. Hit subscribe and all your dreams will come true, assuming your dreams are to watch more YouTube videos.